All right. Hello and welcome to RSG Podcast, episode 100.
Welcome to our 100th episode! Yay!
100 episodes of just nothing because no one listens to it.
But
I mean, we have one person. Thank you, John.
Right.
And maybe Kaylee.
Kaylee's account, she's right here.
She can't help but listen to it.
She didn't put any extra effort into listening to it.
John's probably not going to listen anymore after this. Like,
Probably
fuckers.
He's not watching right now, so.
Yeah, zero. Well, we didn't put anything on Facebook or Twitter, so.
Bro, you didn't tweet about it? You're the Twitter master.
Fine.
We elected you Twitter king.
I missed this selection.
Well, first up on news, guys, we are doing a cast right now.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah.
So 100th episode.
Right, 100th episode, right.
So,
Yeah, we're going to talk about Roby and I went to go see
It Follows.
It Follows.
It Follows, yeah.
Pretty good.
It was really good.
It's good. We'll get into
Enjoyed
that here. We're going to talk about some Hearthstone stuff. Blackrock Mountain just dropped. Right?
Yeah.
So, there's some news. Not a whole lot really going on.
Yeah, it's not smart.
I'm going to go with a whole lot. There's a whole lot of stuff we didn't really look into this week.
Yeah, we don't really
That was.
for things.
I didn't.
That seems pretty fair.
Yeah.
That seems pretty fair.
There might be more going on. Let's put it this way. We're not going to give you a bunch of stupid, shitty news pieces that aren't actually news. Pretend they're news.
Like the rest of the internet
right,
does.
Like the rest of the internet.
So
We're
we're
not gonna do
anti-clickbait here.
Yeah, we're
Right.
Don't watch our shit.
Turn it off right now.
Turn it off right
Go
now.
home.
Just click it off. Click it off. Yeah.
Don't really do that.
Yeah, there's some, and speaking of not news,
Mm.
they released news that the new Star Wars trailer will drop with Age of Ultron.
That's fantastic.
So that will be the first time you can see it is in front of Age of Ultron.
Like
Or
they
on
needed-
the internet shortly thereafter.
Like
Right.
Marvel needed more people to go watch Age of Ultron.
Right.
It's just
But-
Disney like hyping their own products and their own thing. That's what they do.
It's true.
It's going to be followed by a new Maleficent movie trailer.
Right?
Is it?
No.
Maleficent.
Oh,
It's
God.
Maleficent 2. More Maleficent.
More Maleficent.
Yes. More
Super Maleficent.
With extra. Oh, shit, I forgot the term. What's it called? Nah, the joke's ruined.
Well, basically what it is, just the story
Accent.
of the three fairies and how they came to be. It is-
Oh,
It's the Maleficent prequel.
that's really. The Maleficent prequel was in Maleficent.
Yeah, but they're gonna go like in depth into the story and like what the three fairies did and all that kind of
So
stuff.
it's going to
like
be the first half of the movie.
how they were
expanded.
raised. Yeah, sort of. Yeah. That's bullshit. Actually, there's no Maleficent 2.
I know, but the thought of it alone makes me cringe.
Yeah, I'm just kind of sad that I put it out there on the internet because now it might take wings and fly.
And you have yourself to blame. We will all blame you too.
I'll go watch it though.
You have
This
to
is my
blame.
shit.
Yeah. This happened because of me.
Right. But no, that will drop there, and they're also going to drop the first Superman versus Batman trailer in front of Mad Max Fury Road.
Ooh, which I finally got to see that trailer.
You never seen that trailer before?
Well, no,
Trailer's
I've seen the
fantastic.
trailer, but I got to see it on like
On
a
the big
movie
screen?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good on the big screen.
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
wait for that movie to come out.
That's what
Uh,
Kaylee's
it's
looking forward to.
crazy.
Mad Max.
oh,
Fury Road looks really good. Supposedly, Tom Hardy said he signed on for a 3-picture Mad Max deal
Ooh.
I will see.
where he'll be Mad Max in 3 movies.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
I'm okay with
I think
this.
I like what I like. I mean, usually I'm anti, oh, they've already done this, do something original, but this is a different story in the world of. And I like that.
Right.
It's
Most
not like they're
things
trying to
that-
redo the whole oil tanker thing.
Okay, the last original movie I think we probably watched, other than the one you guys watched last night, It Follows, was probably Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah.
The last one, yeah.
So there's your high quality new idea movie for you out there, Ryan.
You can't.
It's
More than
like,
Wachowskis. Okay. I take a step back and like realize that like,
okay, before that,
they made The Matrix and since then have just been like resting on their laurels.
I don't even think we can count The Gambler. I think that was a book, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah. Interstellar would be before that.
Interstellar would be before.
Yeah. Okay. That was an original.
That was pretty
Yeah.
fantastic.
Interstellar was good. I enjoyed
Yeah. See.
Can't wait for Interstellar 2.
Right.
it. Even more stellar.
Yeah, even more stellar.
This
More
time-
Inter, more stellar.
This time Anthony McConaughey will be behind the stove.
So Inter, much stellar.
And he'll be behind Lincoln. His ship will be Lincoln.
Lincoln?
Because that's his commercials now, isn't it?
Is it?
I drive Lincoln's before they cool or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's his commercials. He sits back, talks all Matthew McConaughey style.
Yeah, he never looks at the camera too. He's just always
He's always like,
looks like he's picking his nose and like rolling it. Like,
yeah.
Jeez.
You can go home, but you can go back, but you can never go home. Shit like that. All Matthew McConaughey style.
Yeah, it's like nighttime California mountain town.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Any more bits of news
It's fucking McConaughey.
that you guys have heard about?
The Deadpool movie may or may not be rated R.
I'm gonna go with R. I hope so. I didn't get to see the interview. I did read about the interview with Slater.
With Slater. With
So,
Slater.
Slater and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Um,
It's pretty amusing. Check it out.
Ryan Reynolds, if you're watching this, I have a friend who really wants to meet you. His name is Nate Pierce.
He's super in love with you, bro.
He's super in love with you,
Super
bro.
in love with you. For realsies.
For years now.
Yeah. Super Troopers 2 got funded.
Yeah, like a day.
Yeah.
A day.
Yeah.
He got super funded.
He got super funded.
Super trooper funded.
That wasn't called for. That wasn't called for, dude.
Sorry.
It was not called for.
Sorry.
Not okay.
But yeah, like I'm actually pretty excited about it. They got over 3 million, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they're up to 3 million last time I checked it.
They still have a few days left.
Indiegogo.
Well, probably a number of days. I don't think it was maybe a week ago or two that they opened it.
It got funded. We got fully funded for the 2 million a day, and that was 2 weeks ago.
We got was it 2 weeks? So we got a million since then. So $3 million.
Maybe
Pretty
they'll
awesome.
finally make Potfest then.
Maybe they'll be able to afford one of those super sweet car chases. High-speed car chase scenes.
Woo! Makes me wonder how much they spent on the first one as opposed to what
I don't know.
it's going to be spent on the second one.
To the Googles.
Things are only more expensive now.
Find it out, Google Master.
Gotcha.
Hurry up. Me and Ruby have nothing to say to fill the void.
We'll just be empty space now. Everyone will be sad at our empty space.
Very sad.
But no, I'm looking forward to it. It looks really funny. I enjoyed their Indiegogo video. It's quite funny.
I've enjoyed everything they've put out, and I've actually went to see their little group live at a comedy club. They're pretty hilarious. So,
Did you see Club Dread?
not that I remember.
You haven't seen that.
The budget.
I guess I've not seen everything.
Sit the f- back down.
Super Troopers was 1.3 million. They turned around and made 23.1 in the box office.
Fantastic. And yet they still need your own money to make their movie.
Yep, because that's what Hollywood does now.
Well, 23.1 million is not enough. Not enough money.
Well,
Not enough.
since it's Indiegogo funded, they're not dealing with or are
well,
they dealing with?
They have a distributor. Like they made a deal with the distributor for someone who were like, we will distribute it for you.
Okay.
But they didn't have a deal to produce it. So they need the money to produce it, and then the distributor will distribute it for them.
So they're not dealing with
So-
like a major studio then, right?
Yeah, I don't remember which one
Hopefully
it is,
more
but
than
one of
one
them
will-
will be the distributor.
Hopefully more of the money will go into their pocket.
Yeah.
So that's good, I think.
Hopefully more will go to the movie because that's what it's for. It's not for stealing.
No, when they make
And
the
them
money they
taking
make
the whole-
off the movie.
Buy weed with
The
this
money they
shit.
make off the movie. Are you that stupid?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah.
Let's keep
We're all that stupid. I think that's the only news, really. Not a lot else going on.
Not a whole lot else. No.
It's Easter. Get your zombie Jesus, put the pictures out.
Yeah. Paint your eggs and throw them at your neighbors. Stuff like that.
Did you see that meme online? And it was like your April, and it had like the Easter eggs, all colored. And then it said my April, and then it had the dragon eggs from
Right.
from Game of Thrones.
Just counting down the days till Game of Thrones comes out.
This is my Easter.
Everybody get hyped.
Play game bowl.
Game of hype, guys.
It's not going to happen this season, I don't think.
I know.
Probably not. So I guess we could just jump right into Blackrock Mountain then.
Daredevil comes out the 10th or the 23rd?
Daredevil? I don't know. To the internet.
Again,
Because I know Daredevil and
we're prepared.
Game of Thrones both come out this month. I thought Daredevil drops on the 10th.
It's a lot of binge watching. I'm a real big fan of that, binge watching.
Oh, yeah. That's how I do everything.
I saw a thing on Netflix because I was watching like 3 or 4 episodes back to back, and then at the end of my episode, between the next episode, it had recommended for you, and it was like a little public service announcement to take my dog outside and take a piss. It said, binge responsibly. Your little guy needs to go out. It's like, I should probably get a drink or some water or some electrolytes too. So.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious, actually. Yeah.
Netflix.
Friday, April 10th? Is that
Yeah,
true?
10th.
For Daredevil?
Yeah.
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 Pretty fantastic.
That's literally around the corner.
Yeah. We won't talk about it next time, but time after that. Won't hear any excuses. Watch at least the first 3 episodes and we'll talk about it.
By the time we talk about it, I won't watch all 3 episodes. Like, almost guaranteed I will.
Probably.
We should go to Mr. Ryan's house and watch them all.
I've never been to Mr. Ryan's house. It's a mystery to me. And
I have one time. There was a lot of cuddling going on. But
Naturally.
it was a good time.
Yeah?
It's a good time, yeah.
We don't believe in heat, so cuddling.
Right, cuddling is the only. It was winter time. Cuddling is the only way to stay warm.
And the house itself is made of concrete, so it stays at a nice cool 45.
Yep.
Well, that's like a step down for you and Mr. Ryan's mom.
We need some cuddling too.
I'm just saying it's a step down.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, this is true.
Out of
This is
respect
true
for
story.
me.
Right. When Ryan's there and awake, we just cuddle. That's it.
Which is appreciated.
Right.
I want to see that
We
shit.
don't want to get jealous.
I understand. Oh, cuddly. I want Felicio.
No, Ryan, not right now.
Okay, so Blackrock Mountain, the first wing of Blackrock Mountain Hearthstone Adventure was released today.
Yeah.
And some of the new cards have been introduced, and there is some complaining going on.
Really?
Well, the adventure itself seems to be pretty fun. People are enjoying it as they will.
Right.
And it releases weekly, and that's normal.
Yeah.
What they're complaining about is every other card in the set seems to adopt a mechanic that is just basically slowing the meta down. Slowing down the meta, because right now it's very fast, and it's just very, very quick. The matches don't last long. You rarely get to 10 full crystals before you die or they die. One of the two. Yeah, it's very quick right now.
Right.
And the class that is mostly to blame for this is Hunter. And the deck they use is aptly named Face Hunter.
Right.
Hunters.
Hunters.
Always hunters.
Always
It is
Just
always hunters.
everything.
Working as intended.
Well, every other like class card or neutral card that was released has a mechanic where if you're holding a dragon in your hand, then when you play this card, it gets a special effect.
Right.
So if I'm holding a dragon and I play this card, it gets a +1/+1 or something along those lines.
Right.
Okay, so that has a tendency to slow down the meta because it's incentivizing you to hold your cards and not like flood the board. Hunter, on the other hand, their class cards specifically are saying if you have no cards in hand, then this extra effect happens. What's really bad is they got a version of I don't know if you know Dark Bomb, the card Dark Bomb.
Mm-mm.
It's 2 mana Warlock card, 2 mana, deal 3 damage. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
Right.
Good card.
Yeah.
You know, mana to damage ratio is pretty decent. Well, theirs is 2 mana, 3 damage. If you're holding no cards, draw a card. And that is like seriously dangerous in Face Hunter because that's 3 damage. Like, you know, the dream is I use this, 3 damage, draw a card. Oh look, it's my other quick draw.
It's the other quick draw.
3 damage, and
Right.
I draw into a friggin' kill command.
Kill command,
For
right.
5 damage, and then
Yeah.
So it's just a ridiculous amount of potential damage. Like that alone is a limit.
Right.
Not including what you have on board, plus your hero power. Your hero power, you know, it's a ton of damage.
Yeah.
And so they're just empowering the Face Hunter, and since Face Hunter is going to be, it's one of the top decks right now as this, and you give them cards like this, you're not stopping them. You're just making them better. And
Right.
other decks are also going to have to be really fast to compete. So there's some complaints about what the Hunter's getting. And the Hunter gets their quick shot this week. So
If I was Blizzard, I'd tell them it's a PvP problem.
Yeah.
Find a PvP solution.
Find a PvP solution.
Find a PvP solution.
They love that response.
So, yeah,
That is a PvP problem. You find a PvP solution.
So the meta's going to.
There's got to be a deck hub. There's got to be something you can do to counter Face Hunter. You know, that's one of those things.
There is.
Like a warlock
that's why I don't like. It's one of the reasons I don't like Hearthstone too. Is that it's always like, unless you're playing a friend, it's random setup. So I have to build my deck so I have the best chance to win against any possible deck that I can be facing.
Well, that's the way it is in any TCG for the most part, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless you're playing a friend, that's the way it's going to be.
Right.
Which is kind of annoying. It's part of the reason why you don't see a more variety in any TCG when it comes to like the pro leagues.
Right, because everyone plays the deck that has the highest chance to win.
Unfortunately,
everything else, because nobody wants to come up with a fresh new idea and be that guy that gets like destroyed because he tried something new and then did not know that he couldn't play this or whatever.
The big difference being though, like if you're playing Magic, a lot of times you can come up with a fun deck idea, bring it to the comic book shop and play in a non-tournament fashion and be fine.
Well, there are lots of teams that will play, like they have lots of like pro teams that will have like one or two dudes who enter the tournament or whatever, but they will play like, there'll be 6 of them and they'll all be like, okay, my job is to design red decks. My job is to design blue decks. My job is to design green decks. My job is to design whatever decks, like this sort of deck, that sort of deck. Like, my job is to design an Esper control deck based on these cards that I think you're likely to find. And then they'll just play test each other for hours and hours and hours.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
That's the job. Playing games, but I like playing games. I don't want it to be a job. You know what I mean?
I do it for a job.
Would you?
I play Magic for a job, yeah.
Probably make a lot of money out of this day and age, too.
Magic's fun to play.
It is fun to play.
And it's fun to play in tournament.
Well, and you're always like, and then you're like, okay, you play 4 or 5 games or whatever, and then you go back and tinker. And they got, they're supplied, basically. So you got all the cards you want to get, whatever, yeah, so.
Crazy. Well,
yeah, lots of teams do that kind of thing. So they have the opportunity to, if they wanted to try and devise something brand new, with like a brand new tactic or whatever, they could do it and play test it against like all, because, they could go to the last pro tour and see everyone's deck.
Yeah.
Because everyone's deck is a matter of public record at that point. These are the decks that are popular at the last pro tour. They're probably going to be popular again. What can we do to beat them? You can't guarantee you're going to face one of those guys.
Right,
but
right. Well, yeah, because at that point you're basically, what it ends up being is that you're playing against a deck that you found plays excellent versus everything.
Right.
I can make a deck to counter that, but it's probably not going to play excellent versus everything. It's going to play excellent versus you, and mediocre to bad.
Right.
Generally against other types of decks.
But that's what the Pro Tour does. Like, I've watched quite a few of the Pro Tours on Twitch recently. Mm-hmm. And it goes in waves. It's pretty funny. Like, it used to be Esper Control was the only thing that anybody played. And then somebody devised this white-green deck to go up against Esper Control. Because you just manifest the shit out of your stuff. And Esper can't take care of all that.
It's too much.
It's too much stuff for them to take care of. And then you can protect your dude, So, and now everybody's playing that. And the guy who introduced that deck is like, no, I'm building a deck to beat this. Because I know that, like, next Pro Tour I come here, chances are 80% of my matches are going to be against this deck.
That's
or
smart.
A variation thereof. Like, I already, like, even before I played this deck here, I was already working on a deck designed to beat this.
Wow. That's how you do it, though.
Yeah.
Especially if you got that kind of setup.
It'd be funny if it's something stupid like Mill.
Like, Bill would be awesome, actually, probably.
Yeah, like, keep doing it, because you're just pretty
Some
soon.
sort of, like, pillar fort control Mill.
Yeah.
Be pretty awesome.
Yeah. Oh, man, that would be pretty awesome, actually. I'd love to see that. I don't think Mill's probably not supported well enough in this particular.
Not in this one at all. There's not a
blocks.
squad for Mill, really, in this block. Not that I've seen.
Anyway, so there's some complaints about that. The meta hasn't shook out yet, so we're not positive how it's going to end up playing.
Right.
I have seen a couple interesting Mage Swarm decks, which Mage Swarm isn't really. I mean, it is a thing, but it's not. I don't know. I didn't realize it would work as well as it is working. And that's because they have card mechanics where it's like for every minion that's died this turn, this spell costs 1 less. So you can get, free spells.
Right.
And that actually helps extend your damage towards lethal a lot. A lot of people are complaining about it, but I played, I don't know, probably about 10 games today, and 2 were Mage Swarm decks, and I lost to both of them. So, and it was because of that card.
Right.
So a lot of people complain about it. I think it's quite good, but there's a lot of token generation and then Echo of Medivh. It's pretty fantastic.
God, he's a cheater.
Fucking always a cheater.
Always a cheater.
Well, what the Echo does is it just make a copy of every creature you have out in play and put it in your hand.
Yeah.
Like,
Cheaters.
it is pretty cheap. But, and then I've seen a couple of really fun Mill Rogues as well.
Yeah.
Mill Rogue was always a thing, but it wasn't as effective sometimes as Druid, because Druid had more ways of making you draw cards, but not themselves. While Mill Rogue, you were drawing at like an equal level with your opponent.
Right.
So you're hoping to actually burn them down enough so they die first.
Right.
From the mill. Pardon me. But they got a new card called Gang Up. And is choose a minion, put 3 copies of that minion in your deck. And so now Mill Rogue is 6 cards ahead.
Right.
With this card in there. And the card that they're copying is the Merfolk, or not the Merfolk, but the Murloc.
Murloc, right.
That
That makes everybody draw 2 cards.
makes everyone draw 2 cards.
Right.
And so they get 6 of those more dudes in their deck, and then they're just cycling those guys out like crazy, shadow stepping back, playing in. It's insane. And they can make you draw out very, very quickly if they get a good hand.
Right.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people don't like that card though in general because it it kills your tempo. Like you pay 2 mana to do this. These cards go into your deck, not into your hand, and so you're getting no immediate benefit. You're losing tempo with this card.
Right. I see that.
Which I understand that, and
Right.
and I think tempo is it's really important in the pro leagues. I don't think it's as important in this ladder.
Yeah, but you're losing tempo, but you're doing what your deck is designed to do. And if your deck is not designed for that tempo, that's just how it goes.
We have a viewer.
Hi, John.
Is
he?
Oh. Hi, Cootie. But yeah. So I don't know. There's a lot of really kind of cool cards coming out, and I'm pretty excited for them.
Yeah. I'll have to buy the way tonight.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Thaurissan, he's the legendary that comes out this week. I think he's probably the best legendary in the set between him and Cro-Magus. But Thaurissan is, you play him out, and his persistent effect is all the cards in your hand cost 1 less mana at the end of your turn. Persistent. So if they don't kill him that turn, next turn, it costs 2 less. And then 3 less.
That's really good.
That's sick.
It's insane. So,
Yeah.
worst case scenario is you play him, and then everything in your hand is 1 less.
Right.
And then he dies. But you've already got the benefit from him.
Right.
So it's fantastic. Cro-Magus is probably a little worse, only because he can be killed before you benefit from him. But it's also still very powerful. When you draw a card, you can copy that card and put it in your hand as well.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty
That's
insane.
pretty crazy.
It's actually really good for control. Like an amazing control card.
Oh, yeah. Because now whenever you draw any sort of creature removal, you have 2.
So these 2 very good, legendaries that everyone's happy about because Face Hunter's not going to use either of those. It's pointless for Face Hunter. They're too expensive. First of all, Thaurissan really does nothing for them because their stuff is already super cheap. By the time they can play Thaurissan, they should be out of cards, and you should be dead. So that's kind of good. The problem is if I'm dead by that time, then Thaurissan and this Cro-Magus is not going to do me any good because I'm already dead. So, and since they're continuing to support Face Hunter, we'll see. We have to let the meta shake out.
Right. Well, hunters should be aggressive in their play style.
I have a mid-range hunter deck right now that I like a lot. It's not Face Hunter, and it's actually fun because it's mid-range. Like Face Hunter is so brain dead. It doesn't matter. You go face.
Right.
It just doesn't trade. No, you go face.
Yeah.
Trading. No, you go face. Should I use this spell on the creature? No, you go face. That's all you do. There's no. It's really brain dead for the most part.
Right. There's no decisioning about it.
There's not.
Yeah, that's why it's popular. It's the best thing they can just do and let it play itself.
And it's very popular because it is very hard to stop.
Yeah.
Because a lot of charged minions make it difficult.
Well, yeah, so it's all and it's free basically, so I don't have to think about it. It plays itself.
Right.
Yeah. So
Part of the reason I like the Annoyotron, it actually is really good against Space Hunters because it stops them up pretty good. And any kind of early taunts can help you out a lot.
yeah.
Early taunt with a decent, like, 2 attack would be pretty good. Anyway, we don't really know much else about BRN because it's only the first wave. So there's
Right.
that. I can tell you that the individual fights, that the first one's the Grim Guzzler, and then it's the Blackrock Arena, and then it's Emperor Tharusian. So
Sweet. What was it? Hole? Depths. Blackrock Depths.
Blackrock Depths, yeah.
A bird run.
Yeah.
Bird.
BRD run is the...
God, I hated BRD so much.
Yeah, that's the initial. So.
Yeah. Hated Depths so much back in the day.
Dude.
Blackrock Depths, really? I liked it.
So
If
you
did
took
it
for
at level,
goddamn
yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you never did a full
Goddamn
run.
ever.
You did a partial run.
If you autoed into it, sure, but you never did. Like back in the day.
Yeah, when it was like uppers, lowers, and BRD was it.
Right.
You did the full run.
We did full BRD runs.
You wanted some of that shadow
back in the
crap.
day.
I mean, I did full runs, but we generally did, like, portions. I generally did portions, and it was...
Well, it was hard to get a group that would stay together for all of it, but
It's nearly
Me and my-
impossible.
me and my brothers would 4-man it a lot or 3-man it a lot.
Any group that you would get together would almost always fall apart right at the torch room.
Yeah.
Because the respawn rates on the little dudes was ridiculous. So, anyway.
Yeah, we didn't have that problem.
But that's it for my review on DRM. Should definitely get the expansion. Probably
Okay,
should
check it
just
out.
start playing the damn game in the first place.
I know. There's a lot of things that Lion needs to start doing. It's not going to happen.
I'm going to talk with your mom about it.
I would like to at some point purchase Mortal Kombat X, and we can talk about that as well.
What's the super in-depth storyline?
Super. Well, I just want to go off.
Well, it's robust. Sorry.
Robust.
The very robust.
If you're gonna make fun of
storyline.
me, at least get the word right.
Robust storyline.
It's too late. You ruined it.
Fuck.
But I just want to. I don't know. The game looks really fun. I like the fact that each character has 3 different versions, so you basically have a ginormous roster. It looks a lot of like.
Look for it. I could spend 6 or 7 hours some Friday night playing Mortal Kombat.
What I really like about Mortal Kombat
As
is
long
like,
as you can stand here and Liu Kang wins.
he's in the
Liu Kang
game.
wins all the time.
He's in the game. So, but the
This fucking Liu Kang wins.
I love the X-ray, the X-ray moves that are just like basically fatal moves.
Right.
But no one ever actually does. Like Kenshi puts a sword through your head, like literally through your head until it crushes your skull. But you survive that.
You survive that,
You get up
right?
and fight from that.
You get up and fight. You're like, that didn't hurt that much.
No, it's flesh.
Didn't hurt that bad.
Like unless you're tearing their body apart in MK, nobody does.
Right, no one dies. Unless you're like really removing shit.
I'll be honest, the storyline might be a little annoying for me because I found out that this is all like the second generation of fighters. Because you have Johnny Cage
Right.
and Sonya Blade's daughter, Jax's daughter, Kenshi's son. It's basically all like kids
Son
of
of
fighters.
Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat.
Son of, daughter of Mortal Kombat characters.
Is Jaden Smith in it?
May as well be. May as well be.
Being his character from After Earth.
Right.
But,
If our eyes aren't real, how can we see?
let's talk about It Follows.
Let's talk about It Follows.
Go.
It Follows is a small budget film from the looks of it. Filmed in
Yeah.
Detroit, we learned. Yeah, it was just Roby and I in the theater, so we were on the Googles, checking everything out. We were making fun of the things that we thought warranted some comedic value.
Like, overall, I enjoyed the movie, but that's not going to stop me from like nitpicking certain things or like noticing certain things.
Right.
The time reference for this movie is all sorts of fucked up.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
what reference?
The time.
Like the time, like I don't have any idea
we saw
what the
it all.
time frame for this. Like, is it set in the 90s? Is it set in the
Yeah.
2000s? Set in the 80s?
Yeah.
Is it set in the 60s?
Like the what the kids wore looks like it was early 90s, sometimes 70s. Then the
Right.
vehicles, like we saw like a
Like, what-
70s.
Okay, one of the chicks is like literally all the time in like short shorts, leg warmers, or like full on like stocking leg warmers.
Yeah.
You know, the whole time, and like the dress was super weird. It's sort of like hipster-y, but you're like, hipsters haven't gotten that far back yet.
It's like that 70s, 80s, 90s movie.
Right. And so like, so we're constantly like looking around like, okay, let's try and date the cars
Right.
that are around. So maybe we get an idea. All over the place.
Yeah.
Cars are all over the place, back and forth. Because the movie starts off with one chick. She's clearly on her smartphone.
Yes.
Clearly gets into like a focus, like a recent focus, and drives off.
Well, then it's obviously, you know, supposed to be.
But then from then on out, in the main chick's house, they literally have like 1970s RCA TVs with little switch dials on the front. Like that's all they own, and they're all watching just black and white movies on VHS. I don't know, like they're on DVD.
Yeah.
Is it like a DVD or a Blu-ray player? They're just like watching old movies on RCA TVs.
This means one of two things: either A, that's what they can afford,
right?
Or B,
well, I think it's done deliberately.
I was gonna say it was deliberate for a reason,
Definitely.
Right? But like, you notice in the hospital scene, they're doing one of those panning shots because they did a lot of the cinematography was fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good.
And they did a lot of like 360-degree pan shots where they like start here and go all the way around. You know, show you like everything that's going on around them, and that's important because a lot of times you can catch it as it's just walking in a straight line from far away, like straight at the person or whatever. You know, it makes it extra creepy. It adds a lot to the creepy because whenever they start to pan shots, you're like, okay, where the fuck is it at?
Right, you start looking like, okay, now I saw a mirror right there. Let's see if it's in the mirror.
Where the fuck is it at? Because whenever they start, you're like, but it's not in all of them. It's only in some of them. You know, so every time they start it, you're like, all right, where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? I know it's going to be in here.
Out of curiosity, do they ever get like far enough away that they're like, okay, or is it like always like this thing's on your heels all the time?
No, they are frequently. It walks
At a normal walking
at a normal walking pace everywhere it goes.
2-3 miles an hour max.
Yeah.
Okay, fascinating.
It only walks. It's basically like a zombie. It only walks. You can get in your car and fucking drive 85 miles an hour in a straight line down the highway and be a day away from it. But it's coming, and it ain't sleeping.
Yeah.
It don't need to sleep.
And it walks in a straight line from wherever you
The
are.
farther away you are, the less likely your map is going to be accurate to when it gets to you. So you don't know. It's always out there. It's always coming for you. And you never know how far away you are from it.
Kind of walk under the ocean?
Well, we kind of we can't really get into that because we don't want to ruin parts of the movie. But there's no walking in the ocean part. It's not a movie that we saw.
I'll spoil for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
straight
straight up
spoilers
spoilers
to you. They, in the end, okay, like she gets it from a dude in the beginning named Hugh. His name's not actually Hugh. And then he like ties her to a wheelchair. Well, first off, like they have sex in the back of his car.
Yeah.
And then he like gets the ether out of the trunk and puts her out.
Yeah. Total.
And I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
This is the worst date rape ever. You do it the other way.
It's backwards.
The other way. What the fuck are you? What kind of amateur bullshit is this?
Right. Come on.
So
Detroit.
then she wakes up tied to a wheelchair,
Red Dragon.
and
style.
he explains what's going on to her, and explains that he's done it this way so that she'll believe that it's real. And then it comes in the room, and in this case, it is a naked old lady, well, naked middle-aged lady.
Yeah.
And she is just walking at him the whole time. He's like holding her in the wheelchair, like while she gets closer, and she's freaking out because there's just a naked lady walking at them. They don't know what the fuck's going on. He's obviously freaked out. She's freaked out. They end up running away. And then he drops her off at her house or whatever.
Still in her underwear.
So-
in front
so
of her
her
friends
underwear.
and family that are sitting outside
Right.
her house late at night drinking beers. Yeah. It's kind of fucked up.
Look, like these kids just hang out all the time.
Yeah.
It's like an episode of Friends.
Right. We
Like,
couldn't
they
tell
don't
if they
do
were in
anything.
college or what. I mean, we eventually learned they were in college.
Yeah.
So why?
So the story progresses.
Okay.
At the end, this group of friends, because they have like, it's like her sister, and then like a brother and sister that grew up near them the whole time. They've been known for obviously forever. You know? and then another guy named Greg who lives in the neighborhood too. So we get to the end, and the four of them have this great idea. They're going to go to this, like the college that is shut down. They're going to go to their Olympic-sized swimming pool, and they're going to bring a whole bunch of electronic shit that plugs into the wall, and they're going to set it up near the edge of the pool. They're going to put her in the middle of the pool, and then when that dude gets into the water, she's going to get the fuck out. And they're going to throw in all the electronic shit. It's going to electrocute her and die. Because they don't explain the plan. You figure the plan out as they're doing it.
Let's okay. So when it walks, it's invisible to anybody who's not infected.
Right. If you haven't been touched, if you haven't been infected, you don't know. You can't see it.
But say you had it, you gave it to someone else, then you and that other person can see it when it walks. Even though it'll still go after the new person, because what happens is
so you just had to have been infected.
Right.
But
because once the new person dies,
yeah,
it keeps going back up the chain.
Yeah, it starts. It's going back.
Right. So if you've had it once and you give it to somebody else, you never know when it might come back again.
Fascinating.
Right.
But they learned that when even though it's invisible to everybody else, it still has a physical form. So they were able to shoot it. They were able to put something over top of it to shoot it. Like people were able to actually physically do damage to it. So the whole time they're like, "Where's it at? Keep pointing, keep pointing," and they're like trying to shoot something invisible.
Can we just for a moment just give a high five up for Yara though?
Yeah.
Because she took a bullet to the knee and did not scream.
She was an adventurer.
She didn't shout
until she took.
She didn't do it. She didn't even she was not even like, "Yo, can we go to 911? Can we go to the emergency room?" I just got shot in the fucking leg.
She just
She took it.
She just Peter Griffin.
Okay, so back to the swimming pool.
Okay, so they're in a swimming pool, right? They're like
big.
They go to this big ass pool to set up the strap. And you see them she gets into the water. And she's just hanging out in the middle of the water, which has been a constant theme throughout the movie of her in swimming pools hanging out.
Even with a cast.
Yeah, even with her cast on, it doesn't matter. But when you see them lining up all these printers or typewriters or TVs, anything that plugs in, running all these extension cords to the wall, because apparently kids don't understand ground fault interrupts. But I get it. GFI is one of those things that if you've never heard about it, if you have reason to hear about it, you don't know.
Right.
But I'm the first time they throw any of those in there, all the power in the building goes out, it's over.
Right.
None of them, that's never going to work. We haven't been able to throw the toaster in the bath to kill your wife in 40 years. Okay? That's not been a thing to do for 40 years. So I don't that's never going to work. But all right, let's give them the props for trying something. Yeah, they've got a plan.
They got nothing else.
Right. They've got a plan. They're executing it. Good for them for that.
Mm-hmm.
So she's in the pool and it walks in. Now she's the one who can see it because the other three people can't see it. So she's freaking out. Oh my God! It's here! It's here! It's here! They're where? Here! Where? And they start building attention, and it does not get in the water.
Nope. Well, the kid told her in the very beginning. He says it's not fast, but it is smart.
It is smart.
Yeah.
It's not fast, but it is smart. It starts picking up TVs and typewriters.
The shit they put around there to throw.
Shucking it at her in the middle of the pool.
Yeah.
Right at her head. With intent to harm. It just spends the whole time just walking around the pool, just chucking things at her. She's in the middle of the pool trying to avoid getting hit in the head with a typewriter or a TV, but just constantly pushing her underwater, trying to come back up, get her breath, still pointing at the bad guy, and avoid getting hit in the head of the next TV that's coming in.
It's a wild star rate at this point.
Right. It's crazy. It's pretty intense. Meanwhile, this dude who's been in love with her for the whole since forever. Fucking Paul.
White Knights.
Fucking Paul. But he's got a gun out now. And he is just shooting the blank air wherever she's pointing because he doesn't know where the fuck it's at. He ends up shooting his sister in the leg. Right? Finally, the other, her sister is smart enough to throw a sheet over it. And they shoot it in the head. And it falls into the pool. And she's trying to get out. They're still trying to push electronics like it's going to work all of a sudden.
Right.
It's not going to work, kids. But it ends up grabbing her by the leg or whatever, and then he fucking straight Han Solos that shit, right down her back or whatever, shoots in the head again, and it lets her go.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird because it'll show from his angle where he's just shooting in the water, then it shows under the water where it's actually got us. So you're watching the bullets zip by and just
right. It was a pretty cool scene.
Yeah,
it was really well done. A lot of the scenes were really well done. The music was all original. music for this movie?
It was really good.
Really good, actually.
It was a good way
really
to
good
like,
horror movie music.
Yeah, it kept you like when the thing was there, then it kind of picked up in a like steady motion. But like when it wasn't there, it kind of calmed you down a little bit. Where you're like, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and chill with this here.
Yeah.
One thing also I want to mention before we go on is also that it takes many forms of what it
and
is.
it can switch
as
it needs.
Obviously, it does die to bullets in the head.
Well, maybe.
The first time it gets shot in the head, it right back up. Right? But it fell into the water, and then it got shot in the head in the water, and then like
she crawls to the edge of the water,
which is fucking
after it happens because the other character's like, "Is it still there? Where the fuck is it?" She's the only one who can see it. So like, did we get it? Is it still there? What's going on? She crawls to the edge of the water, and you just see a red cloud in the water, and then cutscene. They're back in Detroit at their home.
White Knight gets laid,
right?
Because he wanted to share the burden.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she gives it to him, and he goes and gives it to some prostitutes. Assumed.
Right. But it's.
That's not gonna that's not a good solution ultimately.
Right.
Except they're gonna have sex with a lot of people.
Yeah, but
it's only like okay since Jay had given it to.
Well,
Paul.
it was important for the original guy to tell her. Now I understand. He told her because he wanted
he wants her to stay alive,
right,
and to have sex with other people to pass it on. Because the further it gets from him, the better off he is.
One of his lines was, "You're a girl. It shouldn't be that hard for you. Just go fuck a bunch of people."
Right.
I was like, "Wow, dude." But
yeah, there were some fucked up scenes in this movie, and it was very creepy. They did a good job of like building the tension because it's not fast. But it absolutely will not stop. And it was very fucking creepy.
I like that.
Yeah. And it was smart enough to know like it had to shift into something bigger to bust open the door. When there was a small hole, it had to shift into a smaller thing to get through the hole. So
it's a matter of it can't cross the ocean, but it can figure out how to get on a plane.
Well, we don't know if it can cross the ocean or not.
Like, they never really.
It's smart though, right?
It's smart. We get on,
get on a fucking plane.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "How would I buy a ticket?" It wouldn't buy a fucking ticket. It would just walk onto the fucking plane.
Yeah, walk onto the plane.
We just walk onto the whatever fucking plane it wanted to.
There's one
it
scene
change their form into somebody who can just walk on a plane like a pilot. Or
it wouldn't have to be. No one else could see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No one else can fucking see. He's fucking invisible to everything except for somebody. Right. The only way he couldn't just walk onto the plane is if he could see it who did something about it.
Right. But one thing I liked about it too is it showed kind of how smart it was. Towards the middle to end of the movie, like you start seeing where they lock their doors, they put characters up behind their doors, right? Well, then in one scene they get out because they're going to go execute their plan. And you, as they're driving away, you look up and you see that it was on the fucking roof, getting ready to like go in the window. So I don't know. It was a naked old man just chilling on top of the house, everything in full bloom. You know, kudos. To that.
There was a lot of sexy nudity in this movie.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Matter of fact, I'm pro that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good.
But
you should check
a lot of the forms it took appeared to be like victims, or like other people who'd had the curse at one point or another, or something like that. Because there's one girl that appeared to be a rape victim on the floor. Like that's what she looked like, and she was peeing on the floor.
Yeah, it was cool.
Which just adds to the overall creepy factor.
It started, the closer it got to you, the more like evil it would appear. So like it would start to have fangs, or it's like its eyes would be blacked out, or something like that. Like as it got right up on you.
I really need to see this movie.
It was really, really good. It's very creepy. The music was great. Cinematography was awesome. Like I said, they do a lot of those like 360 pans. But the time frame of the movie was just like impossible to get down because it looks like late 80s, early 90s maybe. Like
but
I could see
clearly post Fallout Detroit.
Right. But one of the dudes, Paul's sister Yara, has like a fucking clamshell Kindle that she's reading a book on. Like every time they're not walking, she's reading that book. And all the time.
Huh. Right.
You know, and it was very weird. Like everyone's very sort of disassociated from each other almost. I don't know.
Well, the parents were not an issue in anything.
Right, the parents were around, but her mom was like an alcoholic, and you saw vague references to her being around-ish.
She's reading a book, drinking wine, passed out in the room.
Right, or passed out in the room, but she never said anything or did anything. There all the time, just hop in the car and drive 300 miles away or whatever. It was crazy.
It was really good.
Awesome.
Yeah, they frequently get far enough away that like they can sit around and talk about for a while.
Right, what's going on?
But they always like to go to the woods. Like right after it's like chasing, everyone likes to go to the ones that like, I'm going to go to the darkest, most creepiest playground I can possibly get and just sit on a swing and wait.
Yeah. I would go to the widest motherfucking place there was. The place with the most. I'd be sitting in the middle of like Myers parking lot under a street lamp. Be like, if someone's coming, I'm going to see it.
But the way it kills, too, it's almost in a sexual nature, too. Because like when it killed one of the guys, it was literally like disintegrating this guy as it was raping him. Yeah.
Cool.
It's
Awesome.
crazy.
Well, so
But
good,
really good.
good movie. Go watch it.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely go see it. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a nice, fresh air.
If you guys go, let me know. I'll go with you. So
Yeah,
watch it again.
Yeah.
we will. All right, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Anything else? No,
No.
no. All right. Take us out, sir.
All right. Thank you for showing up for our 100th episode.
100 episodes!
Next week, join us for our 100th episode. And until then, we'll have
We got
a good
a
night.
real special 100th episode planned next week.
It'll be good.
It'll be super
Super
awesome.
great.
You should totally show